Hey friends, in the previous video we learned about template variables in Angular, how they work and what they are. In this video we're going to be talking about lifecycle hooks in Angular. Now every component we create passes through some lifecycle hooks, like when it is created, when some changes occur in its component or in its view, and finally it destroys. It's just like the example of how we live in this life. We come into the world, we come to the teenage, then to the old age, and then die. Similarly, components have the life cycle, which starts from their creation to destruction. And the first life cycle hook in Angular is ng-on-changes. ng-on-changes is called when anything inside the at input or the output decorator changes. We have discussed about at input and output decorators in our previous videos, so you can check that out. Like here we can have the ng-on-changes. First, let me just comment this and comment this also. So now the first lifecycle hook is ng-on-changes when anything inside our input or output decorator changes. Like we can have the input decorator here inside our home component. And here we can just say like name, and here we can say name of type string is equal to home component. So now we will go here in app component, and here we will say app on. Now the things inside the home component will come inside the app component. So let me just get rid of this, or we can comment this. Here I will implement the ng-on-changes lifecycle hook. On changes. So we will have to implement its functionality. Let me just console something here. We can have like are just changes, and let's start our application. ngs-o, go to the console, and here there is nothing here. Let me just first, here we can say, first we will have to go here inside the app component.ts file, and here we can say name is equal to app. We don't have to do the things like here we did this, because its property or its value will be coming from that component which is using that input. So here we have this, and we will use the property binding, and here you can see name is coming from that component, like here, and here we'll say name and just print this name. So as you can see, this is app, and here you can see it's saying that the simple change is a name which we have there. Its previous value was undefined and its current value is app, because we don't have anything here. Now it is called when everything changes inside the, like we have this name property at the rate input or at the rate output decorator, then this lifecycle hook is called. Now the second lifecycle hook is ng-on-init. ng-on-init is called soon after the ng on changes, and it is called once because we have only the things that we want once because they come first. Now here we can on init, and we will have to implement that also, and let's log this ng on init called. So here you can see it's saying ng on init called soon after the ng on changes. Now the other lifecycle hook is ng after view init. After view init is called when everything changes inside our view child. Here we can say view child. Here we can just write here name, or we can say paragraph. Here we can say paragraph content, and inside here we will say paragraph, and here we can say just paragraph of type element reference because the p tag is an HTML element. Now here we will say after view init, and let me just, here we can say just log that when it is called. Here we can say after view init called. Now this is called after the ng on init. As you can see, this is called after the ng on init. First it was the ng on changes was called, the second was ng on init, and third was after view init when anything changes inside our view. Are these things like the template reference variable with the property here at view child or the view children. Now the other lifecycle hook is after content init. After content init, we will have to do this also. Here we can just say after content init called. Now this is called when everything changes inside our component which has a property ng content. So after content is called before the view init, but when the changes are coming inside the ng content. Now here we have the after content init, and there are also other lifecycle hooks like the after content checked when the content has been checked, and also the after view checked. And we have to implement these after content checked and also after content checked, and we have the do check, ng do check. It is called after the ng on init, and let me just log values here. Here we can say ng do check called with this, and here we can say ng after view init checked, and let's make it says ng after content checked called. ng after content checked called, and we will go here, and as you can see, first the ng on change is called, and then the ng on init, and then the ng do check is called after the ng on init, and when any change occurs inside our component. After that, after content init is called, like here we can have the ng content, and when any changes occur in this ng content, then the after content init is called, and when the content of this has been initialized in the component, like we can use that inside here, then that ng after content checked will be called. After view init is called when we initialize our property, like here we have view child. When this is initialized, ng after view init is called, and when the value of its has been accessed by another component, then ng after view checked is called. And as you can see, ng2 check is again called because it is called every change is occurred, then it is called then. And in the last, the ng destroy is called. It is used to like perform the unsubscription or cleanup process, etc. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we will cover more Angular topics, and stay tuned for more videos.